Hey guys, welcome back to my brand new podcast, Poddy Break. Today we have the gorgeous, lovely Clips of the Year award winner, Hailey Rose.
Hi guys!
Yes.
I'm so super excited to be doing this.
Dude, so happy to have you.
I love hanging out with you, Myra, so we're gonna have a lot of fun today.
Yes, dude, I love hanging out with you too. That's exactly why I invited you on. I'm just trying to get all the homies in right now, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but so how was the drive over here? How was everything? Your day?
It was chill. It finally stopped raining, so like the drive was nice, and I was just like, I like zoned out, honestly.
Yeah. No, dude, I'm saying the rain has definitely been messing me up. I've heard lots of stories. I think everybody has had car troubles because of the rain.
Literally.
Yeah. I mean, I want to say that people in LA can't drive in the rain, but the reality is that we don't have any drainage, and we can't have drainage because of all the earthquakes. So
yeah, we just don't have the infrastructure.
No,
and everyone likes to blame us when really it's not even my goddamn fault.
It's literally not.
And also they can't drive. It's both.
Well,
they can't
okay.
drive, the infrastructure and the drains.
It's a little bit of both, but like the thing is, we would get away with it if we were in a city like what doesn't New York have good drainage? They do, right? I think they
Somewhere
do.
else.
I've seen
some other city where it rains. I don't know.
I've seen it, bro. Look, I know it's not completely our fault though. It's not.
It's not.
But on that note, so how do you usually prepare for like a day on set? Like what's your like own like ritual routine? I always like to start with that.
Yeah. I mean, usually it just starts the night before. Like
yeah.
I'm always like, I like to feel prepared, so I'm always reading the scripts and all the information right when they send it to me.
Dang.
I know, like
you're prepared.
Wild, because
Okay.
it seems like you show up on set and a lot of people haven't even read the script.
No, yeah.
And so I'm working like if I'm showing up for a threesome scene, for example, like the director and like the other girl don't even. It's their first time reading the script. I've read the script, so I'm kind of like, sort of like, I don't want to be directing, but like I know it's supposed to happen, and so I just have to sit there like and shut my mouth and be like, okay, I'm gonna let the director direct, even though I've like already read the script and I like know how I want to perform it.
Exactly. Yeah.
So like I kind of get this idea in my head of like how I want the scene to go, but then that doesn't always end up being like what actually happens.
And the thing is, I swear we always think of the best solution. They make it more complicated.
Yes, I'm always like, we could just do it this way, and they're like, no, we need this, this, and this, and then they end up like getting so annoyed and frustrated trying to get all the things when I was like, we could have just done it simple. But
if only somebody else had read the script the night before besides Hailey.
I guess so, yeah. But
yeah, no, it happens to me a lot on set when I like actually do come prepared. This is why I stopped coming prepared. But when I would come prepared and read these scripts and stuff, like I would come here and be like, well, don't we need to do this, this, and this? And then they would be like, yeah, hold on. And then some other male talent or a PA or a director, some man, a penis holder would say my idea and get credit for it. And this has happened at least 5 times. So I'm done being prepared. I'm not giving these people ideas. I want the day to be difficult for people like that.
yeah, I guess I feel like they just expect you to show up and do what you're told.
Yeah, pretty much.
It's like, yeah, it's hard to like step out of that box that they put you in.
Yeah. I try to. I mean, with the directors that let me, it's actually
True.
really
there
good.
are some directors I love working with the most are the ones that listen to me. Or like at least it feels like we're both contributing instead of it just being like their perfect show.
Their scenario, their perfect little scenario in their head. And the thing is, like, they always imagine these things that just aren't like applicable to the real world, like even like positions and stuff like that. It's like, you should want our input on it because we're the ones who are performing this. And usually when it just turns out so much better, so much more fluidly.
I feel like every performer knows their personal like positions and like their skills that they like to show off. So it's nice when you can do like a gonzo scene where they're just kind of like, oh, do whatever. And you're like, cool. Because other times I work for companies and they're like, we want this position and then this position and then this one. And then you're going to come exactly like that. Yeah. And we're like, I can do it, but...
Actually, I
have a quick question for you guys. So I'm still trying to learn a lot about your industry. And then you guys, I've heard it casually said so many times, and I can't even pick up what it means even in context. What is gonzo?
Oh.
Like, I'm trying to pick up the context. I keep missing it. And like,
this is a good question.
Yeah.
Because I was so confused about that when I started in the industry. I was like, what the fuck are people talking about?
Yeah.
But it's just kind of like, it's like unscripted, unchoreographed sex. Yeah. So you kind of just are like, you guys just fuck and I'll record it.
Right.
Is that also what a blow bang? Is that blow bang? To me, that's what I thought. What you just described in my head was blow bang.
I don't think we can describe what a blowbang is here today.
I mean, I guess most blowbangs are shot in the gonzo style because they're not really scripting it.
Yeah.
But like a lot of it is like just a boy and a girl or like two people. Like it doesn't have to be complicated. It's just like unscripted. Because like I was saying, some people want cowgirl and then missionary and then writing and they want it specifically like that. But other times they're like, just go for it and just do gonzo. I love those. So that's kind of what it means.
Do you guys prefer gonzo or kind of more choreographed?
I mean, most of the time gonzo.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's nice though when they're like do this, this, and that, and then I don't have to think. Like if I'm having a day where I'm like tired or a bit off, and I'm not like feeling the chemistry as much, it's nice for them to tell you what sex to do
and map it out and script it out. I'm the same way. I mean, sometimes there's like an itch in my brain that I want to scratch where I want to get all dressed up, I want to be in wardrobe, I want to read a script, and I want to do like a whole thing. I want to see the thing and the slate.
Feel like a movie. And
feel like an actress, not just a adult actress. But I mean, gonzo is super fun though. I mean, at the end of the day, that's the easiest day for us.
True. It's quick days usually.
Usually good talent too.
That's true. Yeah, you have to be a good performer to do gonzo and make it interesting.
Okay, so like actually while we're on that subject, I mean, at this point in your career, have you had any like chance to work with like legends like of the industry? And if you haven't, like who do you want to work with? Like, and then look directly into the camera. I want to work with this person.
I mean,
I guess if we're talking like legends, like I haven't shot professionally with him, but I did content with Johnny Sins. I feel like he's like the marker. Like if you're a successful OnlyFans girl, like if you fuck Johnny Sins,
that's fair. Yeah.
And then also Kieran Lee would be in like the same boat.
That's fair.
Because he's really great. I love Kieran. I love both of them, honestly. And I feel like they both do deserve to be legends. Like they're good performers. And then but the person I've had my sights on this entire time has just been Angela White.
Oh, okay.
Because literally my fans ask me to work with her like every single day.
It's probably
like I'm getting a message like twice a day. They're like, when are you gonna work with Angela White? And I'm like, listen, I would personally love to. I would jump on that opportunity. But it's just like I don't know. It's not as easy to just contact the most important woman in porn
right now.
Just like just
like, hit her up. Hey, you want to like film something?
I'm waiting for the right time, and like scenario where we meet and it's natural. Like I don't want to bother her. I don't want to be a fangirl.
That makes sense. I get the same like things with like bigger girl. I mean, because I'm like really small, so it's like I get the same thing. Like I don't really want to ask people unless they ask me. But while we're on the subject of DMs, what type of DMs do you usually get? Like that's something that people always want.
From my coworkers or from just anybody? In
general, like as a girl.
Have you gotten like DM from like verified like check marks?
Oh, I wish. My friend, Tyga just slid into her DMs, and I was like, damn. I was like, maybe you should, but
that could have been me. That could have been me.
I don't think. Well, honestly, I think having a boyfriend in the industry and like having being a porn couple, being an industry couple, it's like it deters more of that, and like that's like something I've really enjoyed actually about having a partner who's in the industry with me is that like I guess I don't get as creepy or crazy DMs.
That's true. It's like a shield.
But I do obviously get guys all day, every day, like DMing me crazy stuff, like asking me on dates and like they're like, oh, let me see a picture of your mom, and just I'm like, what? I'm like,
that's insane.
Why? Or they're like, send me your photos from back in high school. I'm like, can't do that. I'm like, you cannot do that, sir. Like, just some, you get some sus messages.
Yeah,
and
that's
I'm like,
very sus.
I'm like, ooh.
I mean, the fans, I feel like they almost want to establish like some type of deeper relationship with you and just find out everything they possibly can about you. Like some of them, they get really like big fans.
Yeah, they like genuinely are super invested in you, which is like, I never imagined that being my life. Like if you had told me like 3 years ago that like random people from around the world would like recognize me like at the airport or like at Best Buy or like literally anywhere I go, like I've been recognized a fair amount in public. Yeah. And that's just like, it still blows my mind.
Yeah.
Even
what was the first time like getting recognized?
That's actually kind of a funny story because so my family and I, we're kind of nerds.
Yeah.
And we usually go to the Renaissance Fair every year.
Oh, I wish I had family like that.
Yeah, we get all dressed up, like the whole shebang. And so we were at the fair. This was like maybe 6 months after, 8 months after we started the OnlyFans. And I was really getting popular on Reddit at the time.
Okay, yeah, Reddit.
So like the nerd convention, like, so we were, so I was all dressed up at the Renaissance Fair with Max and my family. And this guy came up, he kind of was like, he came up to Max first. And Max was like, hey man, like he like took him to the side. He's like, hey man, like thanks for coming up and saying hi, but like we're with her family right now. Like I can't really talk about work. And like it was all like very cool. It was very chill. Like nothing happened, but it was like that close.
Yeah.
Because at the time my parents didn't know. Like they know now and everything's chill.
Yeah.
But like I was just like, this is not the time for me to be like telling them why this random guy recognizes me from Reddit.
Yeah, so, no. Definitely want to break the news to them first.
But yeah, and that was really crazy.
Yeah,
I guess so.
I mean, well, no, it makes sense though. Your audience is there, and you found,
and then
it crossed.
The next time though, me and Max were just at Costco. And this guy came up. And he's like, "Are you Hailey?" And I'm like, "Yeah." And like, it was really nice. Like, he was super sweet.
Yeah.
All the fan interactions I've had in real life were super sweet.
Yeah. See, I haven't had a similar experience. That's
interesting.
Yeah, it's been like mostly like creepy guys like preying on me type thing.
Damn.
Like, you know, when I'm like out or like alone or something like that, they come up to me.
Do they like know who you are, or are they just being creeps in general?
They know who I am. Or they're like, "Oh, you look familiar."
Oh my god.
Oh my god. No, I don't. Jesus.
Scary.
Yeah. That's crazy because, you know, I work on shows that have like massive fan bases. And online they're like the worst people on the planet.
Same.
But then when we see them at live shows, it's like a completely different breed of people.
Interesting.
It's like the nicest people. It's like, oh yeah, I don't hate this job. This is really cool talking to these people. So usually I feel like the creeps are too scared to say anything online. It kind of sucks that for whatever reason
they found me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You got the creeps that are like, I don't know, have some like.
You did say there's a portion. I mean, you did say there's a portion of your fan base that cares about you to a certain degree, right?
Yes, there is. I don't think those guys who recognized me were like actual fans. I think they were people who knew me. But yeah, no, my actual fans, no, they actually do really care about my well-being. They, you know, they're more for the soft type of stuff anyway. So.
And then follow up. Do you feel there's a portion of your fans that kind of is the same way?
I mean, I definitely get my fair share of messages that are like pervy and like crossing the boundary. And I sometimes get hate mail. I have this random person who randomly emails me, like just being like, "You're a this, you're a that, like I hate you, like I hope your mom dies," like all this. And I'm just like, it's so random. And I don't even reply to him. Well, I did at first. I was like, "Bro, this is hilarious." I'm like, "Can I post this on Twitter? This is so fucking funny." I was just trying to make fun of him because, you know, like you can't take that seriously.
Yeah, I know.
But yeah, he just randomly will email me like, "You're dumb, I hate you." And I'm like,
That's
every month or so I
crazy.
get this funny email. And I'm like, this guy's like, why is he spending time on this?
That is crazy.
Why is he spending his time on that?
The way I would have to reply with like just like rage or something like that. I don't know, like something really unserious, like or LOL. Like, just a lowercase.
Like, nice
LOL.
story, bro. Like,
yeah, like something really unserious. Yeah, no, that's actually crazy though. I haven't like gotten any like hate emails yet, but I guess they haven't found my email.
Yeah, I mean, I have an email available on my Twitter for like bookings and things.
Oh yeah, because you're self-booking.
Yeah,
right.
I do all my own self-booking.
Gosh, I couldn't. I'm gonna sift through that. Oh no.
I mean, to be honest, like right now, like the mainstream scenes are like secondary.
Yeah.
So it's not like I'm relying on that for like my primary income.
Yeah.
But it is still a lot of work to like. You have to text everyone every month, be like, "Hey, I'm available these days. Like, hey, remember I exist.
Yeah,
like, please book me for something." And I feel like it's so annoying. I feel like I'm begging them all the time.
How do you get into booking yourself instead of vice versa?
Well, so when I was doing OnlyFans for a while, we were talking to a lot of girls who shot mainstream. And I was asking them a lot about like their experiences and stuff because I was interested in it, but I hadn't shot anything yet.
Yeah.
And nobody I talked to liked their agent. Nobody liked their agent. Nobody knew a good agent. Nobody knew an agent who wasn't fucking people over and like being shady.
Yeah.
So it just didn't seem like a good fit for me.
Yeah. Well, you already have a name for yourself, so there's no point.
Yeah, like I already kind of had a brand established. Yeah. I was already talking to Kieran Lee about shooting for Brazzers.
Yeah.
Just like without an agent.
Dang.
So
you ate that.
Yeah, I just like went for it, and then since I already did that, I was like, I don't need this person, and I'd heard of other girls self-booking, so it kind of made more sense for me to do a few scenes that I could book and not pay the like 10 or 20% agent fee when I'm not really doing that many professional bookings. So yeah.
You know what's kind of interesting? I mostly work in the comedy world, and right now there's a big like surgence of everyone firing their agents, and then what they're doing right now is just hiring personal assistants because you just pay a personal assistant a flat rate, and you just tell them like, hey, these are like every month you have to email these studios to let them know that I exist and if there's anything for me to come in to read to, and then they're saving like a ton of money, and it's been so impactful that now it's actually not bad to have an agent because they throw giant teams at people to like try and get talent because they're like bleeding dry. Okay. So it's kind of like an interesting world of like, it was so impactful. Now it's good again to have an agent. Yeah. And then if you want even more money, you just hire a personal assistant and then have them do all that, and then you don't give them a cut of whatever you're doing.
That's true. Yeah. Dang. I never even thought about that.
That's what I would suggest that you get a personal assistant. That must be so time consuming.
Yeah.
To like book your own stuff.
Yeah. I mean, I do have an assistant who does a lot of like editing and uploads and like all the nonsense, like back end type of stuff that I don't want to do. Right. So like, I guess I do have time for it. I just don't like doing it.
Yeah, I get you. I mean, it's hard. That was my big thing. It's like, I would love to self-book, but well, obviously I'm not established enough. But even then, like, even when I am, I'm like nervous of like, you know, just asking them myself. Like, I don't know what Mark does, you know, my agent. I don't know what he does, but he, you know, gives me like $14, $15 a month and no questions asked. So I worry that if I did it myself, they'd be like, we were giving them to ATMLA, not Myra Moans.
Yeah, there's definitely like more and more directors that I think are getting used to it.
Yeah, it's
and I feel like it's becoming like a valid option.
It is. A lot of them stick their nose up at it though. I've
a lot of people don't like it, and they don't feel comfortable. They feel like they're taking a risk when they're booking a girl who self-books. Yeah. Because there's no one like representing them they can count on. Yeah. So there's definitely a lot of sets I haven't been on yet that I want to be on, but like I just don't have the contacts. Well, I mean, I would absolutely love to shoot for Vixen.
Yeah,
I really want to shoot Elegant Angel. Like,
I just shot for them yesterday. I got you on that.
I've been talking with them for a while. I don't know why they haven't booked me. There's a couple people that I've kind of been in contact with, and I don't know. I think it is true that there's just 5 other agents with like good names that are bothering the same people I'm bothering, and so like of course they're gonna pick the person who's more reputable and like has that backing, and like that's just business. I'm not offended by that. You know?
What is it about those companies that you want to shoot for?
Well, they're just the big names. Yeah. And they make content that looks really good. And it looks so pretty. And I watch their content, I can see myself in there. And I think I would look really good doing that too. And I think the fans would like it. Yeah. And I think everyone would benefit from it. I think it would benefit me, it would benefit their company, because I think I have a good look and like I sell.
You have a great look and you definitely 100% sell. Like that's without a doubt. So.
I just want to make them money and make me money.
Yeah.
Like,
listen
let's
to
do
her,
it.
Y'all. Yeah, do it.
Hire me.
Hire her. But on that note, are there any like tips or tricks that you've like learned like on set from like, you know, your past shoots that you bring with you and stuff like that?
Yeah, I mean, I feel like I'm absorbing new stuff every time I'm on set. Like I try to pay as much attention to my modeling and like my vocals and like, am I aiming towards the camera? Like, am I bringing the right emotion to this scene? Like every time I work with anyone, any other talent or any director, I feel like I try to absorb as much as I can.
Same.
Because like I have had a lot of success, but I'm still new. Like I'm still only like, I've only been shooting professional scenes at least for a year and a half-ish now, I guess.
Dang. But, I mean, you've come so far. Like you already really getting nominated and winning.
It's like, it's kind of intimidating feeling so new and being put in a position that other people have been like working towards, and you're like, okay, I have to bring my A game like right now. Yeah. Because like I haven't had as much time to practice, but I'm already here. Yeah. And I just need to make it look as beautiful and as good as it can. And so I feel like I kind of do well in a sense under that kind of pressure, because if I'm not motivated by that, then there's like not much else that's gonna, like, pushing me.
Yeah.
So
you were
I feel the same way.
You were talking about like being new and you're still like trying to learn everything. Like, what's something on set that you struggle with the most, you think, that you need like more practice doing?
I definitely feel like I could grow a lot in my modeling. Like when we're doing photos is definitely the time I feel the most insecure.
Yeah.
Because I see other girls and they're just like bam, 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 pose, model face, like A-game. And they're like on it and they like know their faces, they know their poses and all that. And like that just doesn't come as naturally to me.
Yeah.
And I don't have a modeling background. Some girls do.
Yeah.
And you can tell because they're fucking good. So I feel like that's something I've really been wanting to focus on this year.
Yeah.
And then just also like becoming a better actor, because when like porn acting, yes, it's like cheesy and whatever, but it's always, if you can bring something of your personality and something more genuine to it, it'll just be more fun and more interesting for people to watch. So
exactly.
How do you prepare? Like, speaking of like the acting, like how do you prepare for your scripts? Because I feel like your guys' process is so different than how we do it. Like, how do you once you get your script, like how do you prepare for that?
Well, I mean, the best way for me to approach it kind of is I like to add my own ad lib or like kind of change the script to sound more like how I would say it.
Yeah, that does help.
Because I feel like a lot of times the scripts are written, it depends on the company, but sometimes like they don't put a lot of like care into where the scripts come from and like who creates the script.
Definitely.
So the director gets the script and he's like, oh, like they wrote this awkward, like this is not real, because it's like,
or like it's like a nighttime scene and it's like, 11 a.m.
Yeah, things that like just don't fit into there. So like you kind of have to like rearrange the script usually. And so I feel like that kind of helps because I can just add in my own like ad libs and whatever I need. But I mean, usually we're not doing too emotionally charged of a scene. So it's kind of like if I just know the basic outline, I can be like, okay, this is my character and like that's what I'm going into. But I recently actually shot for Parasited. I don't know if you're familiar with that site.
Dude,
but they do like the horror genre.
Oh my god,
and it's
I want you
crazy.
so bad.
So, and I got that script and I was reading it and there's a part where like a parasite's crawling up my leg and I had to like scream and like freak out.
Oh my god,
and
you're so lucky.
It was so much fun. That was like one of the most fun days I've ever had on set was shooting for them. But I was really nervous because I was like, I have to act like scared and act, and I have to like fake scream. And I was like, this is something that's like definitely not in my everyday wheelhouse when it comes to like regular shoots. So I literally was like, Max was on set the day before, so I was home alone and I was like, okay, I just have to like scream alone in my apartment to get ready for this. So I'm just like, okay, how does this scream sound realistic? So I'm just sitting in my house all day, like doing different screams and like trying to lock that in because it's like not something I was used to.
Yeah. That's so funny, dude. I mean, I would love to do something like that. I feel like I would absolutely kill something like that just because I have a lot of energy that I really need to get out, and screaming on set sounds so fun. Did they do like multiple takes?
Yeah, we did.
Oh, you're so lucky.
The whole time we were like freaking out because we're getting like attacked by this parasite. And then halfway through, like I fainted, like seized on the floor, and was like, the best part about it too was that you get to play with slime all day. And they have like, it's like an edible slime, and like they can like, you're like take a little in your mouth and then you can like pretend to like throw it up and like all this crazy cool stuff. And like the special effects was like so cool to see. But oh my god, I forgot what the point I was going to make was.
I don't know either. I was so immersed in that story. Like, wow.
It was really fun to get immersed into it. And it was fun to perform and not just be like the ditzy, like, slut.
Exactly, yes.
Like, you don't want to just play the same, like, ditzy, horny girl every day.
Yeah, no,
so
it definitely
was cool
gets boring.
to, like, do a scene where, like, I got to transform into, like, you become taken over by the parasite.
Right,
like,
that's like
you
the
become
premise.
like a monster. And then we get to have sex like as two monsters, like parasites in human bodies for the first time, like having sex. So it was really like animalistic and like dirty and like We were sliming all over each other's
What a
pussies.
concept.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
All right,
I loved it.
so,
Sorry.
so speaking of like scripts, we actually prepared our own script for you guys. Unfortunately, I don't think it's gonna live up to like the horror genre.
Oh yeah, sorry.
But if you guys go to your sides, and we're gonna try doing like a table read, and then you can give us like, if you don't like it, you can be as brutal as you want.
All right.
It's written by ChatGPT. It's an AI script.
This is an
Okay,
AI.
well, it'll probably be better than some of the other ones I've seen. Just kidding.
All right.
So the title is Handle with Care. Exterior, dense forest, day. The camera pans over a dense, beautiful forest with towering trees. The serene sound of nature fill the air. We zoom in on Hailey Rose, an eager but clearly inexperienced lumberjack.
Vibes.
She stares up at
Sounds
the
like me.
towering trees, her axe slung over her shoulder. She looks very nervous and a bit out of her depth.
Okay, Hailey, you can do this. It's just a tree. A very large tree.
I like that.
Practice swings in the air, each more awkward than the last. On her final swing, she nearly loses her grip on the axe.
Whoa there. Easy does it. No need to get ahead of ourselves.
Enter Myra Moans,
Thank
striding
God.
confidently through the forest with her own axe resting on her shoulder. She watches Hailey struggle with an amused smile.
Need a hand there? You look like you're about to take off if you swing that thing any harder.
Oh, hi. I was just, getting a feel for the wood.
Well, it's always good to get acquainted, but maybe I could show you how to handle the wood without giving yourself a concussion?
Okay, the break. So far, I'm feeling it. Sometimes I really like doing the comedy porns.
This does feel of comedy.
It feels like a comedy, and I love that.
Comedy can be fun.
Comedy can be sexy, too.
Yes.
Okay, anyway. That would be amazing. I'm Hailey, by the way. Hailey Rose.
Myra Moans. Pleasure to meet you. Now, let's talk wood. The secret is all in the grip.
Myra demonstrates a firm but relaxed grip on the axe.
Oh wait, can I see it again?
Yeah,
that looks nice.
Thank you.
Your line's sorry. I was distracting you.
No, you're good, you're good. You gotta hold it like you mean it, but don't squeeze it too tight. You want to be in control, but not strangle it.
I am loving your lumberjack voice.
Thank you. I perfected it.
I'm like, damn. I'm like, ooh.
Okay. Yes, it's working.
Like this, not too tight, but with authority.
Exactly. Now, stance is important. You gotta stand with your legs shoulder width apart. Like you're ready to embrace the tree. Not knock it over with a feather.
Ready to embrace. Got it. I hope the tree is ready for this hug.
Hailey takes a big swing at the tree under Myra's watchful eye. It's a better attempt, but she still fumbles a bit, causing her to nearly stumble.
Not bad, but remember, it's a dance between you and the tree. Try to move with a bit more finesse.
Oh, finesse.
Finesse.
Finesse, right? I'll be less of an elephant in a china shop. That's funny.
They continue with Myra offering pointers and Hailey gradually improving. Each swing gets a bit closer to the mark and Hailey's confidence grows.
Look at that. I didn't fall over. The tree is still standing. Progress.
See? You're getting the hang of it. Soon you'll be handling all the wood you can dream of. And with the style to boot. I have no idea.
Thanks to you, Myra. I never knew there was so much technique involved.
You know me, baby girl. Oh, there's an art to it and a bit of science. But mostly, it's just about feeling the rhythm. I can play a guy pretty well.
Yeah, I'm like, damn. I'm like, she goes both ways.
I do.
Okay. Who knew lumberjacking could be so poetic?
It's the hidden beauty in the trade. Now that you got the hang of it, I got some wood back home I can use your help with.
Camera pans out as Myra and Hailey head towards Myra's apartment and scene.
That
What
was.
do you guys think about that one?
I think they need to make this into a porn. 2 lesbian lumberjacks.
Yes.
Finding each other.
Yes.
This needs. I think this would be awesome.
Right?
Yeah, it's actually kind of cool.
Yeah.
I really like the concept.
Yeah.
I mean, there's definitely like you can tell this isn't a person because they said, what did they say? Elephant in a china shop.
Yeah.
Like that's not the phrase. Yeah.
Well, the style of the boot really had me on my knees. I was like, what?
Yeah, I was like,
I'm Southern,
what
so
year is it?
I've never heard that one though. I'm from the South. I've never heard that. I made it sound right,
I feel
but
like I've heard it once or twice, but
style
it's not.
the boot. It sounds right.
It's like I feel like someone from like the 70s would say that.
Yeah, I was gonna go 20s.
Oh,
You're better than me.
Who knows? I don't know.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, but I mean, it was a good script. It was pretty erotic, homoerotic, if I must say.
Yeah. I feel like it's not a world of different from like the comedy scripts I've seen on set.
Yeah, no.
Usually there's just more like action.
Yeah.
It leads to like some action. This one just was
Right.
kind of like, let's go back to your house. But
yeah, it was very much alluding and like, I don't know, I kind of liked it better in the sense that it was like the tension was building up and like now you really do want to hurry up and go.
Because sometimes I feel like, it did have a good flow because sometimes I feel like the scripts are so like, oh, like I'm hanging out with my friend and her boyfriend, and then all of a sudden I love my friend's boyfriend and I want him, and then it's like, there's no like drive or like motivation. But this one there was like something I was struggling with. You had a reason to be there. Yeah, like built the tension. Yeah. I felt like it worked.
I felt like it worked too. I liked it, and it honestly reminded me. Can we get a Brokeback Mountain parody, please? If it's not already there.
That's
true.
I'm sure it is.
There's must be one.
It's already it.
Yeah,
True.
They're lumberjack and Brokeback Mountain's cowboys now.
Yeah. Well, then we can make the lesbian version and have it be lumberjacks.
Exactly.
Well, I was just saying, like, Brokeback Mountain's
Brokeback Springs.
It's already like a sex movie. I can parody something that's already
full penetration.
Wait, what?
I was just saying, like, it's already like usually you parody something that's not.
No, you got me there. You got me there. Yeah. They do have a lot of.
Yeah. It's like
I was gonna say, but you know.
Yeah, it's like trying to parody like American Pie. There's already like a bunch of sex scenes in it.
Well, actually, Max did a American Pie sex scene.
All right, I don't know.
There you go.
So, I feel like there's 2 ways to do it. They do ones where it's like we're recreating it and adding sex, or they're just making a parody where there wasn't ever sex in the beginning.
How do like because my friend told me that there's a Family Guy one. I don't know anything. Like, how do they not get in trouble for doing like a Family Guy?
Like copyright wise?
Yeah.
Well, they don't.
It's a good question.
I feel like as long as you don't say
they
the
were
words.
Like they were like.
Oh,
I'm
Lois.
Stewie.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
Well, that's a parody.
Oh,
Isn't
Peter.
I guess I don't
I thought that the First Amendment free speech protects parodies.
I think it's under fair use.
I think it.
I know that you can't do anything with Disney. Absolutely not.
That's true.
Yeah,
They'll just
you
come
can't.
after you.
They will come after you like no other. Yeah.
Because even if you lose, you still have to pay the lawyer fees, even if you're gonna win. So it's like I guess not worth it with Disney.
Yeah.
Even if it is like you beat Disney.
Didn't they do the Pirates of the Caribbean one?
No, that wasn't. That was just a Pirates porn.
True. I guess you can get away with just dressing up as pirates.
Because
you
of Pirates of
could.
the Caribbean, didn't it?
I did a Black Swan parody.
Oh,
yeah.
That's
I was Nicole Kidman.
That's
actually.
I could see you doing that.
You can see me being
It's
Nicole
a really
Kidman.
hot movie.
Oh, stop it, you guys.
I love that movie.
So what?
Yeah.
Well,
No, I mean
I messed it
we
up.
all loved that scene.
Yeah, it's
like Mila Kunis.
Oh, it was the scene with the instructor and the girl. Well, that scene's gonna be forever.
The scene with the 2 girls, the
Oh,
lesbian one.
I didn't get to recreate that
Yeah, I
one.
thought that was
That's the
what?
scene. I mean, I would have liked to. That would have been the better
that's
one.
the better one. Yeah.
Too bad they got a stupid guy in there.
So I guess like on the opposite end of this question, like what makes a scene bad in both of your opinions?
You go first.
I don't think I've ever shot a scene that was bad.
Really?
But sometimes they're like awkward.
Yeah, that's fair.
Like I think it usually comes out fine on camera, but the feeling in the room is like awkward. Well, I mean, I don't know if you've ever shot. The only time the scene really goes bad is if the guy is struggling with his with his boner.
Yeah.
I feel like that's the only time where I'm like hating my life on set. Other than that, it's like everything's chill. Yeah. But like, and like, you know, it is tough. Like, it's a lot of pressure on the guy.
It is.
There's like 5 different dudes in the room. Like, everyone's trying to like get their job done. They don't really care about you.
And everything depends on that.
And then it's like, you're in this like weird sterile environment, and they're like, get hard right now.
Yeah.
So it's like, like obviously that's not easy. So like, I'd always try to be as like understanding and compassionate with my male talent. Because like, I don't mind giving a little help if they need it and that kind of thing. Like, if that makes the day go better for everybody, then like I'm happy to oblige.
Certified fluffers.
Yes, certified. But like, yeah, I don't know. I guess I haven't really shot a scene that was bad, but because I like to have fun with whatever they give me.
So basically, just if a guy just can't.
So yeah, I guess if a scene's presented from you, you'll know to turn it down. That way, you're not doing bad scenes. So I guess what goes into you turning down a scene then, since you haven't? I'm sure you've done that before, right? Like, or no?
Like, have I turned down a scene? I'm trying to think.
Probably like smaller.
You know, there was like one company that I just didn't really think our brands aligned.
Yeah.
And I was like, this is too hardcore, like a little too rough for me. Like, that's not really my thing.
Yeah.
But like, that's like pretty much the only reason I've declined scenes is if like,
it's too much.
Well, also I don't shoot anal content. And so sometimes they ask for that and I'm like, oh, I don't do that. So they're like, okay, like that's not, like we don't align on that. And that's fine. But I think the only time I ever turned down a scene was because I was like, your whole vibe is too rough. Like I don't like those type of sex acts, so I didn't want to do it.
Yeah. No, I get that. I mean, it's a fair reason to turn down a scene. You would hope that somebody would turn down a scene. I've heard of girls going to scenes like that and just showing up and being like, well, I'm not doing that. And it's like, well, you know,
it's like, why did you show up if you weren't gonna do what every other girl has done in this series? I
mean, me personally, when I turn down a scene, I usually turn it down because I'm just not a fan of the content. Like, I will try anything once. I will try anything once. I mean, I have a game plan like of how I'm gonna like do all my like anal and DPs and but other than that, I will try anything once. But I will turn down a company if their content looks like gross.
Like I want to be. If I'm putting myself out there, like, semi-publicly, like, I want to be shown off well.
Yeah, right, exactly. Yeah. And, I mean, like, there are some companies that, we shoot for often that are, like, just, one of those, like, pump and dump with scenes and stuff like that. And, like, they don't always have the most quality scenes, but, I mean, you get to work with cool enough people that it's like, okay, fuck it,
Yeah.
But, I mean, what makes a bad scene for me, same thing, just not being able to keep it up. Or, like, honestly, like, I don't know if this has ever happened to you, but they have had me doing some ridiculous athletic shit. I don't know if it's because I'm small, what they think is going on here.
Girl.
Yeah. Dude, one time I had like this scene and they wanted me to jump in the air on the bed for, I'm not kidding, like 7 minutes straight. Jump in the air and like move my arms and everything. 7 minutes straight. I'm like, you do it!
That sounds like the type of custom request that I'm declining.
Yeah. It was...
That's... crazy.
It was for a scene. I was literally
sometimes they literally expect you to just like do the craziest shit with your body because there's been so many times where I've left set and like late the next day I wake up I'm like, oh, I have like 20 bruises because they made me fuck like on a countertop or like it was just like a kitchen stool or like a break room. Like there was one time I shot a scene in like an office break room and all they gave us was like a table and 2 folding chairs and we broke both of the folding chairs. Because when you're writing and you gotta write it well, like you're coming up and down on that and but like we broke. I was like, you know what? We did a good scene. Yeah. Like, we were fucking hard enough to break this chair.
Did they leave it in when you broke both?
Yeah, of course they left it in.
Yes, it's so a good scene.
Yeah. Like, I made it work, but sometimes they really want you to do stuff with your body where you're like, are you kidding? Yeah. Or, like, I've had to shoot outside when it was, like, 40 degrees. And they're like, we're going to pour a water bottle on you. And I'm like, oh, you want me to do wet t-shirt in 40-degree weather outside?
Like, I would literally leave. Yeah, I draw the line at like when it gets like 40 degrees. I draw the line. Yeah,
I mean,
I'll get sick.
They had like they warmed up the water that they were gonna throw on me, and then they had like those little like portable heaters set up everywhere. And like, they got the shot and then they cut and I like ran. I like stripped my clothes off. I like ran to put my robe on and like stood near the heater and I was like, but like, I had like hand warmers between my butt cheeks. Like, I was like tucking them everywhere.
Dude, that is literally inhumane. What?
That was like my third scene I ever shot also.
And
I didn't know. I was like, okay, like we just have to do this.
They throw that on new girls, I swear. It's always the new girls that they throw it on, yeah. Watch out, new girls.
Did it make you like second guess doing this? Or were you just like, all right,
I mean, like,
this is what I signed up for?
It was an orgy scene and everyone that I worked with on it was incredible performers and I was so excited to just do the scene. So I didn't really like care because I thought it was really hot. Like I thought the thing we were executing was going to look really good and it did turn out really good. So I was just kind of like, when I'm on set, like my mind is like involved in the project and like we're all there to get this thing done and we're all on a team. And that's one of my favorite things about it actually is that like it kind of like when you're with a good crew, it really feels like you're just with the family for a day and we're all like our little like porn family and we're just gonna all focus and do our jobs and make this video and it's gonna turn out great. And like I love being a part of that and I love being a team player. So it's hard for me to like complain or like try to make problems because I'm just trying to make solutions and I'm just trying to like make this look great.
Yeah, I feel the exact same way. Like I really do just love that like group. Honestly, like before I got into porn, like I really just didn't have anything to do except for go to work and like maybe go to the bar with my friends, maybe. And I didn't even really enjoy it. Like I started doing this and like 20 million times happier. Like honestly, like I would rather go on set for a day than do really anything else, honestly. Yeah. Because it's just like so fun. It's like so many creative minds and like-minded people, creative people, funny people, horny people.
Yeah, we all make like lame dad jokes about sex, and I'm like, this is great.
Yeah, no, we definitely do find ways to just make this the funnest job on the planet. Because I feel like a lot of people get like the misconception that it's like so like surgical, and it can be at times, but like. We do such a good job of making it like so warm and friendly. And
yeah, I feel like it's definitely a great opportunity to not take your life so seriously.
Yes.
And the people who like pick up on that and like are like just the best to be around.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, this is.
Have you seen girls kind of drop out of the industry because of
left and right? Oh, because of what?
Just what you guys were just talking about. Just the difficulties and.
I mean, I feel like
that one scene you did, and maybe they quit after that.
I've heard of it's like less of like stuff like that, more of like acts, like explicit acts that make girls quit. Like when they try something explicit that they weren't 100% okay with, or that they hadn't tried off camera first. That's typically when the quitting comes in, or like other issues.
Yeah, I knew a girl who has done a lot of anal stuff that she just really she didn't like, and she wasn't. Yeah. She never did it in her personal life. She just showed up to set and like did it her first time on set. And then now she's like, I don't want to do porn anymore. I'm like, yeah, you were not mentally or physically prepared to be where you put yourself. And like,
it's a little bit like I don't know. Basically.
Yeah, but I feel like that's not I feel like a lot of girls leave for different reasons. Like entering or leaving this industry is very personal, and everyone has their own shit going on in their lives. Everyone has their own stuff that they're dealing with. So I feel like a lot of times people come into this to get away from some of those things, and it doesn't do that. It just kind of adds to their problems. So I think we really, if you're thinking about getting into the industry, you have to like have a solid feeling about it and not do it if you're wishy-washy.
Exactly. And also I would say have like a strong support group, like, you know, like, I mean, there was a while, like, I was doing solo way back in the day, like when I first turned 18, and like I tried so hard to hide it from my family, but like now that my family knows, it's just so much easier being able to talk. Like I can talk to my mom about most, I mean, obviously not like in detail or anything weird, but like, you know, I can tell her, like if I had a bad day on set, I can be like, hey mom, you know, this happened. I mean, it never has come to that, but like just knowing that I can call my mom, call my dad, you know, have all these people that I can call if something goes wrong, it's definitely makes the difference. And, you know, just having your heart be in it. Like, I feel like a lot of people go into this just hoping for a quick buck.
Yeah, you have to love it. Because it takes so much out of you. Yeah. And like when I get home from set, I literally like am a zombie. Like I barely can function. Because I was like, I was on it like for 8 hours that whole day. And you really have to love it. You have to like be able to dedicate yourself to it.
I just fall asleep when I come home. Like,
literally.
Instantly. Pretty much. I will maybe eat, maybe smoke, instantly fall asleep.
Yeah, I think like the public really has a giant misconception of what the job actually is like.
Yeah.
They don't realize how hard it is.
That's
like
true.
having like doing an OnlyFans is more of a marketing job than even really like shooting content.
Yeah,
it
is marketing. Marketing's huge. Yeah.
You have to understand promotion. I actually like a handful of my friends from high school started OnlyFans thinking that they were just gonna make it, and they just like you don't know how to promote anything. You're hiding it so much that like
because you don't want anyone to know because you're not in it.
Yes, and then you're making $20 a month now, and because you don't understand marketing
and your dick's on the internet, so you got $20 a month for it.
That's the thing. You either have to like have a really sellable look or really understand marketing, and the people who are on the top have both.
Yeah. And then like even like when you're shooting like mainstream stuff, you guys are like essentially athletes. Like it's like
it does feel
there's a lot
way.
of physical labor involved, and I don't think people like they don't get that.
Yeah, no, one of my very close personal friends always compares me to an athlete. Like, if anything ever happens to me, like, I get sick, he'd be like, oh, you're benched right now?
Well, and I think that's especially true for the male talents, too, because a lot of, like, people who don't know the industry would just be like, oh, that's so cool. These guys get to, like, fuck all these girls. And it's like a treat for them to go and, like, do this porn. But in reality, like, they're working just as hard. Yeah. Like, we're both putting... Like, in a good scene, both actors put their whole bodies into it. And, like, they're, like, they get to fuck hot girls, but they're also professionals. Like, they do a job. It's not just, like, oh, I like fucking.
Exactly.
More than that.
Yeah, they have to also do it in a way that is so... like specifically for the camera in the sense that we all do the same amount of work, but they have a little bit more on their plate that they have to make sure like they're talking to the director, they're communicating with the girl, they're putting her where she needs to be. Like it's actually a lot more on them. So it's like, you think it's all fun and games until the director tells you, look, we need this, this, and this, or we're gonna get a different guy.
We need to see this from that angle, and we need to see that from this angle, and you have to know how to like angle your body and not block the girl, and like how to show the fans what they want to see without
exactly.
And then you have all that stuff on your mind while you're trying to come
and say lines and keep up dirty talk and moan right and breathe right and everything. It's and
a bunch of people watching you.
And a bunch of people watching you. Also as a girl, you try to take note of the director too. It's like a lot, but I mean, we love it. But, it's like. I mean, it's funny when they're always like, how do I get in? How do I get in? I'm like, are you okay with a director bear hugging you with a camera in your face? Because if you are, then I'll tell you.
Yeah, are you like my camera guy will sometimes like tap me when he's come from my POV or like tells me to move and stuff. So it's like I'm like in a scene and I'm paying attention to my camera guy like giving me cues. And so there's just like
so much that goes into it.
Yeah. But when you're in the flow and you're like going with it and like everything's going right and you're like in tuned, it's like there's no better feeling.
It really, I know, it feels like it is a sport or a passion in that sense that when you're in the scene and everything is flowing and then you get those like subtle cues and everything's just flowing perfectly. It feels like, I don't know, like honestly, like I could do it forever. I know like the scenes will go by like that. I'll be like, it's already been 25 minutes. I'm like, wait.
I know, and then I'm like, wait, I had this, and this in mind. And like actually yesterday when I was filming, they're like, oh, we got it, like we're good. I'm like, I had 2 more positions for you. Like I was ready.
That's so funny.
Yes.
Okay. So before we start wrapping up the show, we were actually like talking off camera about how like Anthony was going through like a funny like predicament in his relationship.
Interesting.
And I was like, you know what? Let's finish this on the podcast, and maybe you two can give him some advice on how we could like,
let's see what we can do.
I'm like,
so I'm seeing this girl right now. She's super cool. But one of the big problems that we have is we both work a lot, so we can't see each other. And she has a very creative solution. She told me about it a little bit ago. The solution is a dick mold.
We should. Ooh, I
when she first told me, it was like I thought she was joking. I also didn't know what that was when she first told me it. I was like,
sure.
What is it? Like, in the back of my mind, I was like, I think I know. And so I was like, I thought she was joking, and I was just like kind of uncomfortable with it. But she kind of, it seems important to her. and we don't see each other a lot. And so I want to do it for her now, and I kind of want to. I'm like super shy. Like I want to hype myself up for it. So like, what do you guys think of the dick mold idea in general? First of all,
okay.
And also,
yes, hot. This is actually like so sweet. Like I think. No, this is actually like it's a good solution. I think
it's cute after thinking about it.
Yeah, it's really it's very thoughtful.
She's super cute for that. It's like the idea is like out of my ballpark a little bit, but
yeah,
it's like, she's so sweet.
Are you just nervous about the process of getting the mold?
That's another thing. It's like so they have the product. It's on Amazon. She actually
is it the Clone-A-Willy?
Clone-A-Willy, yeah.
Yeah, because okay, so I actually won a Clone-A-Willy at a party, and I haven't been able to use it yet. But I've been begging Max to let me clone his dick. So that's actually funny you're talking about it,
because like Clone-A-Willy party, bro.
Yeah, or like yeah, I can even because I think it's a really cool idea.
Yeah. It's sweet. It's romantic. It's modern. It's cosmopolitan.
But I do understand like your concerns and needing to really be ready to have that. But when I was reading the instructions on it, the actual like part where you put your dick in and it sets, it's only like a minute maybe. So it's like you don't.
So it's like even if you're a little bit uncomfortable, just get it.
So I think if just like I don't know, prepare.
Pop a Viagra.
If you have a little, I mean, if you have one, you should. Pop a little blue pill, just one.
Just one will do.
Just like put on a porn you enjoy if you like
your favorite flick,
something that will get you going, or look at some pictures of her.
Yeah,
whatever.
Yeah, her.
And I think maybe you can even like get in the mood, like, and don't even like get the mold ready yet. Just have the little container, the sleeve, and then get ready, like put the sleeve on it, just so you can like just let it sit there for a minute, and then like do a practice, do like a little practice, so you're mentally like, okay, this is how it feels, and then you can go and do the real thing.
That's
like I don't know, you might as well give it a little practice, take your time with it. I love this idea, and I hope that you can execute it to your wishes.
I really like your perspective. I think it's really cute.
If you execute, can you update us?
Oh yeah.
I mean, Anthony, he's not just a co-producer. He's also like one of my best friends. So we've talked about this way back when it was initially happening. And I was just trying to tell him like that to me, that's like the biggest compliment. Like she wants you, not just some faceless like mold.
It's true.
Like that's how much she wants you.
That's
true.
Yeah, that's why I think it's really sweet, because she really is like. If she wants that, she loves it.
Yeah.
She has a lot of love.
She's in there.
So.
She's
so I'm
in
sure
there,
you're
dude.
satisfying. That's what I'm saying.
Since you saw, you know the product. Have you ever read the Amazon reviews?
Oh, actually, I didn't.
I read them.
Are they
so funny?
Are they good?
They're really good. I kind of there was one that was just so like out there for me. It was like a wife, and she was like, yeah, so I'm a wife, and I'm my husband. I cloned all 3 inches. I was like,
wow!
What the fuck?
Damn, she's out there fucking outing him in the Amazon comments.
Damn, beefing for her husband in the comments of Amazon.
That poor man.
And that was the first one I read. I didn't keep reading because I was like, that's amazing.
Yeah, well, I guess it works for all shapes and sizes.
Yeah, no,
do you remember any like reviews that guys left or no?
Yeah, so there was one. This other guy left through, and he like put a picture on Amazon of like the finished product, and it was like super huge and veiny. I was like, oh my god, like look, good for you.
Yeah, like, what was his name?
Yeah, like can you link me?
Yeah. And then the thing is, when I left that review,
it's on the reviews.
It wasn't like a brag.
I'm dead.
I was just trying. It works. Help people out.
Well, we appreciate your review, man. Doing a civil service for real.
I really appreciate you guys' perspective. Honestly, I feel so much better about it. I think I just give it a try.
No, you should.
I'll get the product for sure.
Yeah.
I'll just look at it. And I won't even sleep. I'll just stare at it until
Yeah, that sounds about right. Yeah.
Just focus all your mental energy.
Yeah. No.
Yeah.
We definitely need updates on it.
And
from her, though.
Yeah,
I want
got
to see if what she likes about it. Yeah.
It's actually interesting that now that like we're kind of like on the subject, we do have a question from a fan.
Ooh.
From Outsider62777. He says the size matter. I think maybe after we just talked about this, you guys would probably be a good judge of that.
Okay. Yeah. So let me lay down some truth.
All right.
You can't say that it doesn't matter, but it's literally only like 40% of what matters.
I agree.
Like there's so many other things that matters. And I have been with guys who are not like giant.
Yes.
Well, and we've had great fucking time.
Yeah.
Like there's literally, if you're enthusiastic about the process, if you're asking me what I like, if we're doing fun things, if you're not afraid of toys, you don't mind bringing in this, doing that. Like there's so much more to sex than putting your P in the V.
Yeah, it's true.
And like I know this is like sounding cliche, but it's true. Sometimes cliches are true for a reason.
I tell people that all the time. Cliches are true for a reason.
Yes,
cliches
so
are true for a reason.
It really is the motion of the boat. Like you gotta know what your partner's feeling, like how to put that energy back. And like I've had guys with small dicks make me come like crazy. And I'm like, I would fuck them any day of the week because they can make me come like 6 times in a row.
That's crazy.
And like I feel like it's oftentimes is the guys who don't have giant fucking dicks.
Because they overcompensate.
Well, they don't overcompensate. They're just doing what I like. And the guys with big dicks feel like they don't need to do that, so they don't know how to fuck a woman good.
Hey man, I like that they overcompensate in bed.
I don't even think it's overcompensating. They're just doing it right.
No, but you're
and
right,
all these other guys need to take a page out of the small dick guy's book and focus on making the woman come.
The thing is, if they did though, it would be over because they have a big dick and then they can make the so then it'd be
true.
Over.
Okay, true. Maybe
so
I take it back.
Yeah, so it's a balance. It's a balance. But yeah. I mean, for me, I used to fuck with this guy who had like dead ass. I mean, how big would you say this is?
I don't know, like 4.
Yeah, that would be it. Yeah, so
That's good.
It was I
don't know.
I got made fun of. I got all my friends when I told my friends, they all clowned on me.
They made fun of you?
They made fun of me hard, like really hard. I was like, well, I like it, you know? Yeah. And they were like, oh, dude, like, oh, it's a joke. And I was like, wow. I mean, he ended up being an asshole anyway, so you know. But but yeah, I got like dogged on, but he was one of my favorite for a while.
Yeah.
A long time. Yeah. Not anymore, but a long time.
We have one more question, and this one surprisingly seems kind of wholesome. From maybe not that wholesome.
Okay.
Castro0770 wants to know, do you two dance?
Like
do you like dancing? No, like.
Oh, like I thought you meant like pole.
Yeah.
Listen, there's some really degenerate questions that I can't even ask. Okay, do you dance? That's a nice comparison.
I mean,
to everything else being asked.
I like going out and dancing.
I like a little boogie.
Yeah. I mean, I actually used to do like ballet and tap dance and all that shit
Fun fact.
growing up.
Yes,
that was like, that's why I'm flexible. I have a dance background, and the only times I'm used to performing is being like on stage.
Damn.
But now I perform in front of the camera. I've always been a performer. Yeah. I just kind of performing.
Slightly different. I mean, hey, dude, I shot a ballerina scene. We could have used your ass on set.
Well,
we could have. It would have been
Hook
good.
me up with the director. Let's get it going.
I got you. Yeah, it was actually with what's his name? It was some British guy, but the accent was so hot. I was like, oh,
I love that. No, I was recently on set, and there was a Canadian accent, a Welsh accent, and an Australian accent, all in the same room. And I was just sitting there, like listening, like
eargasming.
Yes. All these men, I was like, oh my god.
Oh yeah, no, dude. Accents are actually my favorite.
So what is it about the accent? It's just straight up the accent. Man, I get it.
I actually don't know.
I can't explain it.
Yeah, I honestly have no idea. I think it's just well, the thing is they don't have
a primal thing almost, right?
I think so. The thing is they don't have to have an accent, but if I know that they're not from where I'm from, then I want them.
Different.
Yeah,
it's like a new flavor.
But like real foreign, like either foreign or from my hometown, no in between. I don't, if you're just somebody from like freaking like Colorado, like I have nothing to do with you.
Yeah, sorry guys from Colorado, you're out.
Yeah, but if we go a little further down south, like Puerto Rico, we can do something with that. We can do something with that.
Yeah.
I know my ex was Puerto Rican, actually. Yeah.
Oh yeah, I remember. Actually, Max told me about that.
It's actually embarrassing. All of my exes have.
Oh
well, no.
you.
Canceled. I was tricked. I was played. No,
just kidding.
No, it's just a lot of my like the guys that I've officially dated. Like I've fucked with like all types of different guys, but like all the guys that I've ended up in relationships with have always been like Hispanic or like South American or something like that. And I'm like, dang. I mean, you know, I would love to get cuffed by a lot of people, but that just ends up being what it is. Yeah. I don't know. Well, it's also my type too.
Yeah, I mean, I can't talk because like all the guys I've seriously dated before Max were like white trash. So, so I can't even talk. They look like trailer trash.
Pick your poison.
What is my type? I don't know.
Yeah, no, exactly. But while we're still here, is there anything you want to like plug in? Tell anybody about any scenes, anything?
Well, like if you wanna see more of me, the best thing to do is check out HaileyRose.com, so you can find all of my everything there. And then look me up on the Hub. I have some great stuff on the Hub. So yeah, HaileyRose.com. Go check me out.
Yeah. All right. And then I guess I plugged me in, right? Okay, cool. And you can also find me onlyfans.com/Myra Moans, and all my social media is @Myra Moans. And yeah, I think that's gonna be it for today. Thank you for coming on.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Okay.